Coach, new Big 12, 14 teams now to navigate through, I guess 13 opponents for you. But what do you think the biggest difference is going to be, aside from just scheduling and the matters that go there, from the 10-team conference and that setup into now welcoming 4 new teams?
Well, the obvious answer is that you're not going to play everybody twice. That's been the thing where I thought the Big 12 has been really, really challenging is because there's been no bottom. It's been 10 teams. You're for sure going to play 1 through 5 twice. In some of these conferences that have been, this past year that, 15, 14 teams, you might not play 1, 3, 5, 6 twice. There's been a bottom. So I think that's the obvious answer. But I think the Big 12 did a great job bringing in 4 really, really great programs, fan bases that so it's not going to be a shock to go on the road to a Cincinnati, a BYU, a Houston, and see these great atmospheres. So I don't think that's going to be that different. But I do think, just the obvious answer is the not playing everybody twice.
Were you in favor of moving to 20 league games next year, or did you want it to stay at 18?
I had 0 vote being at Oklahoma, and I'm sure Rodney had no vote either. I was
going to the SEC?
You're going to the SEC? That question doesn't even matter. Okay, next.
We had a head coach's picture, and then they had a meeting about all that, and I was like, you can't go to recess, you got to go to detention. So me and Rodney, we had to walk into another room. So to say I was in favor for 20, I had 0 vote.
Porter, I feel like I should walk into the other room. I'm in detention. You're going to the SEC. Who cares? Okay, let's talk about the team this year. We certainly know Le'Tre Darthard from Utah Valley. Yeah. Played BYU. In fact, the last 2 years, UVU beat BYU. Yeah. Those were some sour losses. This is a kid that he can really shoot it and play.
I love him. And in the transfer portal, you want to find who fits you. I love winners, guys that come from great programs. And he's won. He's come from a great program. His story's great. If you really know his whole story, how he's just fought. But he's a two-way player. He was on the all-defensive team, and he was first team there. Won 2 championships. And that's, coming in, he's been an older voice, an older guy with just a hard hat approach to everything, just coming in every day. But I actually did watch, when you're vetting the portal, you watch highlights, and I did watch the highlights in that game.
We've deleted them. He's a good player.
You and me both. I deleted a bunch of highlights from what we did too. So we both love our delete mode.
Yes, it works. It works very well. Coach, what's your perception of BYU and Mark Pope and BYU basketball?
Man, just got so much respect for Mark and the job he does and the energy he brings, the knowledge, the youthful, knowledgeable approach he brings. I've seen it on TV. Can't say I'm too sad that I have to go there this year because I know your fan base. I've watched your fan base on TV, so I think you guys have created an awesome home court atmosphere, and you got the perfect guy doing it. Just a really well-respected, great X&O, but high energy too. So just got a lot of respect. It's gonna be fun watching that program after this year.
Amazing run at Loyola Chicago. Certainly in men's volleyball, I covered that. Great program there that won national championships. Familiar with the Ramblers, right? Is there a Sister Jean in the Big 12 that we need to know about? Is there any iconic Bevo, the mascot, obviously Texas, the rival? You got Boomer Sooner, but what else we got here?
I've really been taking auditions to replace Sister Jean. I mean, she's been a big part of what we did. And it's interesting you threw the men's volleyball reference out there. Yeah. Not a lot of people know they won back-to-back
championships. The Ramblers are legit.
Did we play you in did Loyola play national championship against BYU?
No, I wish they would have.
Was it Final Four?
Yeah, there was one year.
I'm almost positive that I was at a Loyola BYU men's volleyball game. I'm almost positive.
14 or 15.
BYU played there, yeah.
Because you guys hosted one, right?
Yeah, we did host one.
Yeah,
I did. That's where I think I did. Well, back to some basketball. Sister Jean was a great part of her life. She still is. I still talk to her a bunch, and she's irreplaceable. But you know what? Having faith and and what you do and everything is still that foundation of faith is a big part of how I grew up and my friendship with Sister Jean.
And we've felt that in the Big 12 philosophically is, hey, there's some like-minded individuals in this league, and it's cool to come together in that space.
No,
that in college athletics sometimes is avoided, but I feel like in this league is embraced more.
Absolutely, and I've never even looked at it as like not being embraced because just who I am and what you are. So, and if someone doesn't want to embrace it, you start to look like It's fine.
This is who I am.
You hit the delete button.
That's right. That's right.
Delete button. Yeah. Delete.
Quick, you got quick guys up here too.
And
quicker than our backcourt last year.
And frankly, nice. That's great.
That's not in.
I love what your softball team did too.
Oh man,
they resonated with a lot of people who feel the same way, and they voiced it in an amazing way this year after an NCAA tournament game, I think.
Yeah. So if anybody listening or watching doesn't know what reference is, their foundation of faith is unparalleled. I've never seen a culture of different backgrounds coming from all over California, here, this thing, come together. And so they combined. I mean, they check every box. I mean, they really do. They got elite culture, elite coaching, and elite talent, and elite work ethic, and elite. I mean, it's really, really fun to watch what OU softball's done. And from the inside out, it's just not a collection of the best players. There's a reason why they're unreal, and to me, it's their foundation.
You're trying, obviously, to create a similar scenario, but you're still relatively young into your tenure at Oklahoma. This is season number 3, so you're building towards something great. What's the next realistic step that you feel like you can attain as you try and create that type of same culture that Oklahoma softball has shown you and has? Well,
for me, you got to have retention. It's just so hard. We've lost back-to-back years for this transfer portal, right when the portal was closing. A leading scorer. It just is so hard with outside influences pulling you in the portal. But retention is a big one. But we've been right there. I mean, I think the thing for like the Big 12 is just getting in the tournament to give yourself a chance to win. It's like Kansas State. Like once you get in, I mean, they get all the way to the Elite Eight, and they get a chance to go to the Final Four because night in, night out, you're playing the best of the best. I mean, a couple weeks earlier, we beat Kansas State double figures. We beat TCU double figures. We went to Iowa State double figures, and we beat Alabama by 20. But we also had 4 losses in February, and it's night in and night out. And you just got to you got to do well enough to get into the tournament, because once you get in the tournament, your goal is to advance to win a national championship. And I think that's the next step. Is we've got to be better at home too, and I think that's a big part of it. I think, but we've really increased our athleticism with that too. So I'm excited about that.
What are you looking forward to the most about this season and the last year with Oklahoma in the Big 12 and the 14 teams now?
I think. The thing I'm looking for most is this team is continuing to watch them evolve and grow and get better, because I really like our team. And I think that's the fun part of it, is as a coach, is just getting them better, moving them forward, handling the tough losses and setbacks. But I just think we got a group of high character guys, high energy guys, and but I'm really looking forward to see us get better. And because I think if this group continues to get better, I think we can do a lot of things this year.
Would you give any advice? I mean, because, Mark is going to be new to this, what would you give any advice to him? And if so, what would it be as he moves into the Big 12?
Travel the same day when you come to Norman. Don't
nice.
Go the night before.
Nice.
Just go travel the day. Just fly right in. Go right to the game.
Super easy.
Super easy. Just land in Dallas and drive the 3 hours. Don't go to Oklahoma City, which is 25 minutes away. Those are really good things. But
okay.
It's the thing is I did this. Can I have your piece of paper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what I did.
Yeah.
So here was our schedule, and this is how I went down the schedule. I didn't look at what's underneath my schedule, because we started looking at it and you're like, oh, you got Texas, then Kansas, then Baylor, then you're like, it's one after the other, and you just don't want to do it. You just want to take one game at a time, and you just can't get. It's like that old cliche: you can't get too high and too low, because you can get too high on a great win and you're coming back 3 lights later and you've got a monster of a game. Every game's a monster, and then you can't get too low. You got to next game. Because you're going to have opportunity after opportunity to continue to build your resume.
Mike Boynton told us there are times where I look at the schedule and I go, are we going to win another game?
I didn't even look at it. I got mad at my staff. If they were like, God, we're going to Lubbock and sold out in 3 games. I'm like, why are you saying that to me? Don't tell me what we have coming up. I really didn't want to know who we had next. I literally, on everything in my office, everything doesn't have the below where we're at.
Wow.
You got like an old school ruler.
Yeah.
Let's
go. Talk about it.
I love
your
that.
assistants have to, because they got to prepare.
Yeah,
sure.
But my mental stage, I have enough things.
Who are we playing now? That's good.
That's right.
I'm good
That's
with
all.
that.
That's all.
We need to finish this with a PSA on how to pronounce your last name correctly. It is Moser.
Moser.
It is not Mosier.
Sorry, Trent Moser of the men's volleyball
Moser,
team.
and I think all BYU fans and everyone watching needs to know that.
Are you saying that because you want to be politically correct when you get your students to yell yell at us.
Hey, Coach
so
Moser!
when you yell at Porter Moser, you're at least you can say BYU fans say it right.
Yes,
That's a great PSA.
You're seeing
Great
right through
PSA.
it. Yes.
Great
Well done, Rock. Roar the Cougars. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, well, you don't have to deal with that. You know, I got to come to the Marriott Center,
That's right,
so it's
that's
all
right.
good. February 6th in Norman.
They're going to be yelling at the TV screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Coach, great to have you on
Thanks,
the show.
guys.
Thanks
I
for
appreciate
talking
it.
all you
men's
guys.
volleyball from Loyola Chicago.
I will.
Only
I
one
will.
today.
That's right. I have not had any questions about that.